in this video we are going to study about menstrual cycle part 2. In the previous video we have already discussed about what is menstrual cycle. So it is nothing but I just highlight now. Menstrual cycle is a reproductive cycle in case of female primates. So it consists of 4 phases. The first one is menstrual phase. It will be for 3 to 5 days where the uterine endometrium wall will degenerate and results in shedding of blood through vagina. And next phase is follicular phase. Follicular phase will start from 6th day to 13th day. So till here, during follicular phase, the follicles will start growing. So primary follicle will develop into Graafian follicle. It will develop into Graafian follicle with the help of hormone FSH, follicle stimulating hormone. In turn, the follicle cells will release estrogen hormone. So next phases we are going to study in this video. The third phase of menstrual cycle is ovulatory phase. So the ovulatory phase, it is on 14th day. So in the calendar, if you are starting from first day of the month, from 1 to 5 days is menstrual phase, 6th to 13th day it is a follicular phase, and 14th day is a ovulatory phase. So what happens during this phase means LH hormone will increase. So luteinizing hormone, LH means luteinizing hormone, it will be in peak in the woman's body. Because of that, from the Graafian follicle, secondary oocyte will be released. And the process of releasing of secondary oocyte is called as ovulation. So it exactly takes place in the 14th day of the menstrual cycle. So here you can observe the diagram which shows the ovulation is taking place. So here you can find that, so this is a secondary oocyte which is releasing from the Graafian follicle. So this is the Graafian follicle. So this is mainly caused due to increasing in LH hormone. Whenever the LH hormone is more, that stage is called as LH sludge. It is very, very important. So next phase, before moving into the next phase, let us see a small animation where ovulation is occurring. So here you can find that in this case the ovulation will take place. Okay, so here you can find this is a secondary oocyte. So secondary oocyte is coming out from the Graafian follicle. So the coming out secondary oocyte will later develops into ovum. It is nothing but ovum. So next we are going to study about the next phase, that is called as luteal or secretory or progesterone phase. So this phase, so after 14th day, from 15th day to 28th day, in a calendar if you are thinking from 15th day to 28th day, we are calling it as a luteal phase. So it will be around 12 to 14 days. So this phase will occur after ovulation. After ovulation, this phase will start. And then here we can find 2 changes will take place, especially in the ovary and as well as in the uterus. So the changes we are calling it as formation of corpus luteum. We are going to study what is corpus luteum, how it is formed, and how this endometrium is again developing. So now coming to corpus luteum. So in the ovary, as I already told you, after ovulation, this is nothing but the ovum or the secondary oocyte is coming out, And the rest of the cells which are present here there are many follicular cells will be present. These cells will start developing into a lipid formation, secretion of lipid, which we call it as luteinization. So these follicular cells, whichever is present here, left out cells, they start secreting lipid. So this phase, in this stage, what happens? All those content will start releasing yellowish lipid inclusions. So this is called as corpus luteum. So these cells will develop like this. This is nothing but corpus luteum. Okay, so this will be yellowish in color. Now this corpus luteum will secrete progesterone hormone. From this corpus luteum, a hormone is produced by the name progesterone. Very, very important. And it produces very small amount of estrogen, and little bit inhibin is also secreted from corpus luteum. So the main hormone produced from corpus luteum is progesterone. Progesterone is called as a pregnancy hormone because it is going to help in thickening of endometrium of uterus, and it releases small quantity of estrogen. Estrogen is a female sex hormone which is responsible for follicle development, and we can say that it also helps in maturing of the egg, and secondary sexual characteristic features can be formed due to this estrogen. Then inhibin, hormone inhibin, it is responsible to inhibit, to stop the production of FSH hormone. And then we can say that from the theca cells, as we know that in earlier videos we have studied that these follicles will have outermost theca externa and theca interna. So these cells, outermost cells of Graafian follicle, okay, these outermost layers, theca externa and theca interna, this is going to produce small amount of androgens it is going to produce. So this is a change which is taking place in the ovary. So in the ovary, during this phase, the production of corpus luteum is formed, which in turn produces progesterone hormone. Hence it is called as progesterone phase. So next we can see a change which is taking place in case of endometrium. So endometrium, as you know that it is nothing but the lining of the uterus. Okay, in the uterus the innermost lining is called as endometrium. So now this endometrium will increase, it undergoes more cell division and it increases in thickness for about 5 to 6 millimeters. And as I told you already, so this uterus here, so it starts thickening, it develops more. Why? Because it helps in helping in implantation. Once the zygote comes, so it is getting itself ready to accept that zygote to undergo implantation. Okay, so now next thing is this progesterone inhibits uterine movements. So slightly, uterus is nothing but womb. Okay, slight movements will be there. But once the progesterone hormone is more, so this movements also will be stopped. Then we can say that it also inhibits the proliferation of new ovarian follicles. As I have already explained you, every month only one ovum will be released. So further ova are not developed due to increasing in progesterone hormone. One of the reasons for that. And next thing is we can say, if at all egg is not fertilized, all these things, that is thinking that egg may get fertilized, the uterus is very well developed. So if fertilization does not occur, If it is not occurring, what happens? The high progesterone which is present, it starts inhibiting. The more progesterone level is there. Now there is no use of progesterone hormone. See, no fertilization means progesterone hormone is not required. It is a pregnancy hormone. Okay. So now what happens? It gives message for the hypothalamus, which in turn it controls the level of LH and FSH hormone. So it stops the production of FSH and LH hormones. When these hormones stops production, we can find that as these hormones get reduced, progesterone hormone automatically will get reduced. So there is no requirement of progesterone. So even the progesterone hormone has become lesser and lesser. So as the progesterone hormone is decreasing, we can say that corpus luteum was producing this hormone, right? This corpus luteum will what we can say degenerate. It becomes small, it shrinks, it degenerates, and that degenerated corpus luteum is called as corpus albicans. It is called as corpus albicans. So now again the uterine movement will start, little bit uterine movement will start. So all the endometrium which was developed, all these cells will die, which results in again for the next cycle, that is menstrual cycle. So here we can see here, so this is what is ovulation. After that, as we have already explained, the corpus luteum is developed, right? So corpus luteum, this is a corpus luteum which is producing progesterone hormone. Later on, when there is no fertilization, what happens? This corpus luteum slowly it is regressing, it is degenerating, and the degenerated corpus luteum is called as corpus albicans. It is called as corpus albicans. Now the progesterone level completely slows down and stops. Once the progesterone level is decreased, what happens? This endometrium cells and all, because there is no progesterone, all the cells will die, which results in menstrual cycle. So now we are going to see a small animation. So here we can find that, okay. So as we have already observed, the Graafian follicle, the left out cells will develop into corpus luteum. In case of endometrium, because of the presence of corpus luteum, the thickening of endometrium has taken place. So now we can find here how both will be balanced, corpus luteum and endometrium. Now you can observe here the fertilized egg is coming. As the fertilized egg comes, because uterus is very well thickened, it is getting implanted. So if it is getting implanted, progesterone hormone helps in maintaining pregnancy. Because of this progesterone hormone, the uterus will be very well developed. If at all there is no fertilization, now what happens? You can find the corpus luteum has been degenerated and the progesterone hormone reduced. Once the progesterone hormone is reduced, you can see that the uterus wall of the endometrium of the uterus has been dead, all the cells has been dead, and again the menstrual cycle has been taken place. Okay, so till here we have studied about how the phases of menstrual cycle takes place. Now we are going to study, just we are highlighting, we have already understood what all the hormones present here. We are just highlighting which hormones, where it is produced. Now coming to here, overall many hormones are involved in menstrual cycle. So 4 main hormones are FSH, follicle stimulating hormone, LH, luteinizing hormone, estrogen and progesterone. These four hormones will play a very important role. So FSH and LH hormone is produced from the pituitary gland. It is produced from the pituitary gland. Please note it. So FSH and LH is produced from the pituitary gland. Okay. And so FSH is helpful in development of follicles. Luteinizing hormone, it is also produced from pituitary gland and it helps in ovulation. It helps in ovulation. Next thing is estrogen and progesterone. These two hormones are produced from the ovary. Now estrogen, it is developed from the developing follicles. When the follicles are developing, this estrogen is produced. And little bit estrogen is also produced from the adrenal gland, which is present above the kidney. And then this estrogen is responsible for development of what we can say follicles as well as that is uterus, lining of the uterus. So for both, this estrogen is very important, and this estrogen will be more abundant. It will be more during the follicular phase of the menstrual cycle. Next we are going to study about progesterone hormone. As we have already discussed, it is produced by corpus luteum, which is present inside the ovary, and this maintains the uterine lining. It is responsible for maintaining the endometrium thickening. If its level decreases, it is responsible even for beginning of the menstrual cycle. So next we are going to see a diagrammatic representation of overall menstrual cycle, how and the changes it will be taking place in the uterus, ovary and the hormones we are going to discuss here. So as we have already discussed, so the first 5 days, see from here to here, the first 5 days are there. This is nothing but the menstrual phase. It is nothing but the menstrual phase. First 5 days is the menstrual phase. So here what is happening? The uterine cycle means in the uterus. Endometrium lining of the uterus is decreasing. You can find that the wave they are showing, it is sloping down, means the endometrium lining has been decreased. So when it is decreasing, here you can see ovary. You can see what changes is taking place in the ovary. In the ovary, primary follicle and what we can say primary and secondary follicle, however it is present in the same way. There is no development. Next we can see hormones, ovarian hormones. You can see here this blue color one is a progesterone hormone. You can see the blue is a progesterone hormone. Yellow color is the estrogen hormone. Both the hormones are very low and mainly progesterone hormone. Progesterone hormone is very low. You can find here. Next coming to pituitary hormones. When you see the pituitary hormones, you can find here this is a luteinizing hormone and green one is the follicle stimulating hormone. These two are also low. Next coming to the follicular phase. So from 6th day to 13th day, you can say that it is a follicular phase. So in this follicular phase, what is happening? Here in the uterus, it is just little bit, it has started growing, that's all. And when you see here in case of ovary, you can see here the development of follicle has been already taken place. So from 6th to 13th day, primary follicle has become secondary follicle has become, this is a Graafian follicle. So this is a Graafian follicle has been developed. And now here you can see the hormones. So as these follicles are developing, you have seen that this is a estrogen level. Estrogen level is more. Please understand, estrogen level is more, progesterone level is still little bit, it is increased compared to menstrual phase, but still it is in low pitch. Then in coming to this FSH and LH hormone, you can see these two hormones when you compare. So FSH is little bit increased here, it is increased here, LH is little bit low. And next phase is on the 14th day, it is a ovulatory phase. So this is your ovulatory phase. So 14th day, you can find that endometrium is little bit developed, only little bit it has developed. And then when you think about the hormones, of course here ovary, if you see, you can say that ovulation has taken place. Ovum is coming out. And then here you can see LH sludge. Why ovulation is taking place? Because luteinizing hormone is at the peak. Okay, so LH surge, and the follicle hormone is still little bit less. And then coming to this estrogen and what we can say progesterone hormone, here estrogen is more and the progesterone is less. Now next phase is luteal phase or secretory phase. So in this we can find, so here from 15th day to 28th day, till here we can say that it is a luteal phase or secretory phase. Here you can find the endometrium is, lining of the endometrium is increasing. And why it is increasing? Because progesterone hormone level, you see, it is also increasing. Why progesterone hormone is increasing? Because the corpus luteum is developed in the ovary. So corpus luteum is developed, which in turn is producing progesterone hormone. Okay, so estrogen level will be low during luteal phase, progesterone hormone will be more. Whereas FSH and LH hormones, again it will go down. Okay, after 28 days, you can find here the corpus albicus is formed. Understand? After 28th day, what is happening here is, so the corpus luteum is degenerating, means it is decreasing in its size. So it has become corpus albicans. So progesterone level is completely decreased. You can see here the progesterone level is completely decreased. When the progesterone level is decreased, you can see endometrium lining has been going down, which is resulting in menstrual cycle, next menstrual cycle. So this is about the menstrual cycle. So in a normal woman, we have taken it consideration of 28 days, taking in an average in most of the women's, and if the women hormones are in a proper condition, then the cycle will be for 28 days. So because of hormonal imbalance, there will be a difference and the fluctuations in the days. Next, in the next video, we are going to study about fertilization.